This is one of the major causes of the inflation. Then fertilizers are also a cause of inflation. Then palm oil, buto, and then wheat. You people who eat bread, not me, but you bread eaters, you get a problem of wheat. Now all these are imported, but the other three are expensive for separate reasons. Fertilizer, this is because of the sanctions on Russia. Palm oil, it is because of the behavior of Indonesia and Malaysia, who are producing this palm oil. Wheat, again, it is Ukraine and Russia. But I hear that the price of wheat is now coming down because of they have negotiated some ships to come out of the Black Sea. I've been told that it's beginning to come down. Now, these have gone up because of the specific reasons, each one. But fuel, as I told you last time, I'm after petrol went up, first of all, because I'm after agokuvuga motoka bagenda kugawera myaka 2. Omukyalo Omuganda waffe wano nankabirwa agenda kutunyonyera bulungi akasonga ako. Nto myaka 2 ensi yasalawo, ensi yonna yasalawo nti amafuta agokuvuga motoka bagenda kugawera. In 20 years time, petroleum and diesel for use in cars will no longer be allowed globally. So because of that, the business people have abandoned investing in petrol. And that's why we are lucky. We, who had already discovered our petrol, which will come out by 2025, we shall get a lot of money. Sunset money. If you knew Nyankore, I will tell you, Ekirengabazana, the sunlight, when the sun is about to disappear, which the housemaids miss because they are working in the house. They are working in the house, so they can't enjoy that sunset warmth. For us, we are going to enjoy that money because all other people are no longer looking for the petrol, because they know that in 20 years' time it will no longer be used. People will have moved to the electric cars. They would have moved to the electric cars. But because of the gap between now and then, the price has gone up. For the liter mafta, which is there, for the liter petroleum, which is available now, and ours will benefit from that. Now, that factor, the one of amafuta kuva ku mulembe, petroleum getting out of fashion, had already pushed up the petroleum price to $80. When the war in Ukraine came in, it went to 100 and something, I hear. So even if the war ends, that mafta will still remain may remain at the other level, the one of 80. So therefore, you can see now, because of the petroleum, amatoke gamwe nago kati galinye. The high price of petroleum has now affected my matoke from Ntungamo. Nzo wamatoke nze ne mama kubanga tulina olusuku lwaffe tetubaseera temutusyawa nti abanantungamo batandise okutuseera. Emotoka ezireeta amatooke gaffe ag'entungamo zizongeddemu ebbeeyi. It is the fuel. It is the fuel. It is the fuel. Don't curse we the banana growers. Don't curse the Wachiga who are growing Irish potatoes. Don't curse the people who are selling milk. It is the fuel and the transport. Because of the transport. So that's why you will hear our answers. We have got answers for all this. However, all this, you see, some people think that politics is just talking and going to weddings and going to funerals. From the beginning, NRM told you that politics is a matter of life and death. If you handle politics badly, you will end up with bad results. You remember, for the young people, they were not there, but for the old ones, when the NRM came from the bush, 1986, we had 10 points. And point number 5 was saying, please abandon this colonial and neo-colonial economy of Uganda and of Africa. Mark those words, colonial and neo-colonial economy of Uganda and Africa, of Okusaka enyo, Okusaka, importing. That's why the point number 5 of the NRM 10 points was saying we are going to build an economy which is integrated, independent, and self-sustaining. And we have done, we have moved. I will show you how we have moved. You should audit it, how we have moved. Build an economy which is independent. Minimize Okusaka, minimize buying from outside. Now you can see that we have Okusaka inflation. This is all Okusaka. All this inflation is Okusaka. Importing problems. Now the colonial economy at independence and up to 1970, when it broke down completely because of Idi Amin, the description of that small colonial economy was the economy of the 3 C's and the 3 T's. 3 C's meaning economy of coffee, of cotton, and copper. These were the 3 C's. The 3 T's were tobacco, tourism, and tea. Now, these were good, but the problem is that they were being exported as raw materials. They were being exported as raw materials. I remember I think it was 1969, when we had a record export of cotton of 480,000 bales of cotton, almost 500,000 bales. And they were very proud. They were putting it in the papers. We have exported more cotton. But this is where the problem is. When you export raw material, you get less money than if you are to make a final product out of that raw material. And we told you here the other time that when you export and process coffee, you get $1. The one who processes, in some cases, gets even $50. I think we talked of $53 here. You can imagine. We, the coffee growers, are getting $1. The one who has nothing to do, who doesn't suffer for producing coffee, is getting $50 from the same kilo for which I get $1. That's why we told you the other time that the business of coffee in the whole world is $460 billion. But the coffee growing countries of the world get only $25 billion out of the $460 billion. And Africa gets only $2.5 billion. So these 3 C's and 3 T's were mainly being exported as raw material. And processed coffee as cassé. You can remember cassé came in 1949 because of the struggle of our elder Ikem Sazi. He's the one who resisted, because before that, the Africans were selling as what they call kiboko, with husks. So Ikem Sazi, our elder, struggled. They struggled, and they were allowed to remove the husks, the husking, to produce what they call cassé. Now this is the one we are still selling now, and we are getting 1/50th of the value of what the other person gets. So the 3 C's were all coffee exported as cassé, cotton exported as lint. We even had an organization called Lint Marketing Board. They were not ashamed to say, we are exporters of lint. They were very proud. Lint Marketing Board. It had a manager. I think he was called very, very important manager. I've forgotten his name. The big black fellow. Ntende. I think he was called Ntende. Ntituli wano abatunda pamba amaze okusunsulibwa ne tukomaawo. Why don't you get the shirt I'm putting your countrymen is Ugandan shirt. That's why I don't put it off. Even when I go to international conferences, ngenda bwintu bara omusajja omukadde azze. This shirt is made by this group here, Fine Spinners. It is 35% cotton, 65% what do you call it? Polyester. We are still importing the polyester. It is the other way around. Somebody is saying it is the other way around. That it is more cotton than whatever it is. But anyway, in a few years' time, we shall also be making the polyester here from our petroleum. Now, the copper was being exported as blister copper, not fully processed. And that's why it could not be used in the cables industry. You can imagine, we had the cables industry here in Rugazi of Meta. He needed copper, but he couldn't use the copper of Kirembe because it was not fully processed. It had first to go away through Mombasa as blister copper, 94% pure, yet Rugazi needs 99.9% pure. So Meta would import more purified copper from I don't know where, then this one would just go. And of course we would get less money for that. So, and we would pay more money for the other one, for the other imported cotton. So, but this Kalitro economy, this small economy of producing raw materials during Yamin's time collapsed completely. And when we came, only coffee was still surviving and a little bit of tobacco. Tea had shrunk from 23 million kilograms a year to only 3 million kilograms. So we came in. We came in to revive the other small island economy, enclave economy of the 3 Cs, 3 Ts, expand it, but also transform it. Transform the economy of Uganda from Oksaka to Banyankuru will say okwemalirira, self-sufficiency, and okutunda nafe, okutunda, to sell more abroad and also sell processed goods. Akafananyi akafa bentunga mu ketusobola okuleta kalinga omuntu asalawo nti ye omulimo gwe kwe kulima n'okutunda embidde n'akoma ku mbidde, alima n'atunda embidde. Omulala omugezi yalina okusogola omubisi n'okugyamu omwenge n'okwongera mu kali akalala kali okufumbafumba mu n'ajja mu kali akalala kasingawo akawalagi. Kati olabaawo obutalengera nti nze tumuzanyirako nze Ggwanga kutunda mabidde kyokka n'okirangirira n'okiteeka mu gazeti nti Ggwanga lwa mabidde. Kulwaki tojjamu mubisi, tosogola mubisi, kulwaki tokola mwenge, kulwaki tofumba kawalagi? Kubanga buli kyoyongerako ofuna sente zisingawo. So Africa are mabidde sellers. This is where the problem is. Now I have not done the kibaro, I have not done the calculation to know if you are to sell embidde, or how much do you get per kidomora? Per bunch. Per bunch. And when you sogola on BC, how many jerrycans do you get from one bunch? Somebody should do that and see how much we are losing. What I'm saying, those who don't know this dialect, the bananas for making beer belong to a category called embidde, the sour bananas. now selling raw materials, our people in the villages will understand this image very well, because normally the one who grows the sour bananas is the one who also ripens them and makes juice and even makes the local beer. It is an integrated process, from growing to ripening to squeezing the juice to okunyukeshande, noko the one making the beer. There is a word there, forgotten Ntunga language. Okwisa marwa, where you put the sweet juice back into the ground and it ferments and becomes beer. Ruagwa. And then others can distill it and make waragi. So the problem of Uganda, the problem of Africa has been to behave as the other unwise villager who only ends at selling Mbide, and then the others make money by ripening his Mbide and making the juice. Because when you make juice, you add value. When you make beer, you add value. When you distill the beer to something else, you make more value. More value. So for us, when we came, we said, for us, we are not Abatunda Mbide. This is the NRM. For us, we are not Abatunda Mbide.